I would now like to take the pleasure of introducing Professor Priti J. Rajput. Professor Priti is Assistant Professor at Dr. D.Y. Patil School of Engineering, Ambe, Talegaon. Professor Priti specializes in VLSI designing and spintronics technology. Her areas of interest include spintronics, digital electronics, VLSI system design, information theory, and coding techniques. She has been teaching for 11 years and is currently pursuing her PhD from Pune University. She holds a master's degree in digital electronics and a BE in electronics and telecommunication. Her publications include papers in 10 international journals and conferences and 5 national conferences. She has conducted workshops on VLSI designing, PLC systems, and HDL programming. She worked as host and presenter in college technical and non-technical events and different conferences. Her honors and awards include Best Paper Award in AIP Conference at Bangalore and College Best Teacher and Counselor Award. Welcome, Dr. Priti. Sorry, Professor Priti, I would say. Pursuing, you must be on the verge of finishing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Thank
please
you,
go
sir.
ahead with your presentation.
Yes, sir. Thank you for such a nice introduction.
Our pleasure.
Really, it's a pleasure to hear you, sir. So we will start my screen sharing. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, sir. So, good afternoon, everyone. This is Professor Priti Rajput from Electronics and Telecommunication Department at D.Y. Patil University. So, today I will deliver the talk on the research method and methodology. Specifically, research method and methodology, these are the three different aspects. So we have the lots of misconception, myths in our mind. Then what is research? How to do the research? What are the methods we need to follow? What are the methodology for that particular research? So that all we give the some crisp idea behind this research methodology. Actually, research methodology is the vast topic and vast area. So probably we'll give some short of introduction about this. So the outline of this session is then what is the meaning of the research? What are the major components in the research method versus methodology, benefits of research process, how to follow the process or how to deal with the process of the research. So now, if we go with the research, what is research, meaning of research, there will be the lots of confusion in our mind. How to start with the research? What would be the outcomes? What would be the topic of the selection? These are the number of concepts, or these are some myths. That's the we could say the normal search is not a research. If we make a Google search, which is not the research, we have to download one paper and we have to manipulate that paper in our own words and we are presenting that paper. It is not the part of the research simply. So if in a simple language, we could say research is the journey from unknown to known. It builds the ability of solving the problems or give the proper solution of the problem. That solution nobody knows. If I am a research scholar and I have a mentor, that mentor also doesn't know about the solution. That is nothing but the research problem. To address something unknown, and it may say the journey from problem to solution. So, if in a definition point of view, we could say the research indulges in a process to learn something systematically, which eventually increase the knowledge. For example, for the concept, that the weight concept to the lucid solution, that is the journey, we could say the research. The learn something systematically and eventually increase the knowledge. These two are the important parameter while dealing with the research term. So these are the major concepts. What is it? The systematic learning. And the second thing is the increase in the knowledge. Systematic learning. See, what are the methods we are adopting? What are the guidelines we need to follow? Tools and techniques which was prescribed or which has been reported by the previous researcher or the scientific community of the researcher. So the based on their research or based on their tools and techniques, we come up with the result that we result make those are the valuable, challengeable, and authenticate. To address something unknown is nothing but the in a systematic way is nothing but the study of the research. So now how it gives or how it increases the knowledge. It gives the benefits not only for that researcher, it gives the benefits to the scientific community. It enhances the knowledge of the researcher. It gives the solution for a specific problem. It also having introduced the new knowledge. For example, if we think about ourselves, we are surrounded with a new electronic gadget. We couldn't think about the electronic era, or we couldn't think about the past our day without this particular luxury life. Okay, so in such a way that the relentless growth in a microelectronics plays a vital role. We are inventing the new social network. We are having the facilities of the location tracking, or we could say the GMAP or GPay. These are the some adventures, some different technology that we invented. So it's been so we are surrounding with the gadgets, different gadgets. Now we invented. So it is the part of the critical that someone think critically, and that's what we come up with the some solution. Now, for example, if I wanted to opening a restaurant in a particular area or in a particular city, so probably I have to make the survey that this that the particular locality, the people are staying in that a particular area, so they are born and brought up in that area, or they are relocated from some other place to there. So what food they usually test, or that what quality of food they usually prefer. So in that way, I have to make this survey. So in on the basis of that survey, I would say the proper food, or I would prepare that kind of menu card, or what kind of food I need to offer, what kind of food I need to offer there. So next is the issues in IC design. If I am the person from the having the electronics background, so if we would say the device are now in the miniaturizing their size, they are particularly reducing the size of the gadget. So there would be the again we are facing the problems. There would be the again we are facing the different problems in the IC designing. So on the miniaturization of this designing of the IC, there would be the some power issue, there would be the some interconnection delay. So if I wanted to overcome, or if I wanted to solve the issue, so I have to think for the alternative solution for that particular designing. So that is nothing but the research, or that is nothing but the new invention or new idea about the research. So this is called about the research. Then when if I wanted to summarize this research, the main parameter is think critically. So it means any problems to provide with the proper solution, or the problems we could change their the change of in the problem, or to develop after critical thinking we develop some research question. That would be the major parameter. Then the systematic process, the techniques and tools that we need to follow, that what are the which was prescribed by the previous researcher or reported in the previous survey. Research is not a learning, it's a continuous process of the problem solution, or giving the solution of the problem. It invent the new knowledge, it enhance the knowledge should be a very small, the invention would be the very small, it doesn't care, but it would be the novelty, or it would be the novel, that is the major part. To draw a systematic conclusion is the major parameter. While come up with these particular points, we could able to draw the systematic conclusion. So now, what are the difference between the research method and methodology? Okay, so if we say about the research method, method is nothing but the stepwise process to achieve our expected outcomes or to achieve our objective, that we need to follow some systematic approach, that is called the research. So for example, if I'm considering the cooking example, so if I wanted to become the particular food, for example, the South Indian dish, Maharashtrian dish, so I need to follow the proper steps. That firstly I have to pour the oil into the pot, then I have to put the cumin, then I have to put the cumin and wait for the cumin has to be splitter. Then after that we need to drop a curry leaves. So these are the steps, and then finally we have to put the ingredients of the vegetable. So that is the major constraint that we could follow. So it means the steps we need to follow that enhance the taste of the what is the taste we are expecting. Again, same for the tailoring. If the tailor need to stitch some wedding ghagras or wedding dress, so probably we need to, that tailor has to follow the particular steps and then come up with the best or end result, or give some satisfactory result. So that is nothing but your research method. So if we move with the methodology, so what is meant by the methodology? Methodology, in simple language, we could say it is the talk about or reason about why we need to follow this step, or science behind that step, to formulate any kind of research problem. Okay, for example, if I am again considering the cooking example, that would be the quite near to the woman. So this pizza dough, if I wanted to form a pizza dough, so I need to add a pinch of salt or sugar. Then why I need to add the pinch of salt? Why I need to add the pinch of sugar? Why I need to add the yeast to for the better fermentation? So if this pizza dough would be get the better fermentation, then there would be the proper buffing or proper stuff, there would be the proper fluffing of the pizza, and I would be able to get a particular end result which I would expect. Then what are the benefits? What are the major benefits that we could say out of the research? So benefits are nothing but that leads to expansion of knowledge towards the new invention. That leads to expansion of knowledge towards the new invention, but whom we get the benefits? So first to researcher, and another is the scientific community. These are the two people which may affect the, or which may get the benefit out of the research. So if I move to the researcher benefit point of view, integration of knowledge. So in the integration of knowledge, we have the workflow that for the designing or for getting the solution of any problem, we should form or we should study a review. We did a survey of number of papers. After the review of literature, we would come up with the critical thinking. We find some address, or we address some flaws or some future advancement in those reported literature, and in that way we could be able to find the research gap between that literature. So after that, we build our own statement. We have the ability to build after finding this research gap. Then we, after this research statement, we having developing ourselves with the scientific attitude for every problems. We think differently, we think critically, and we enhance our skills.
So what are the skills particularly in the communication skill? Because research is not the job of individual person, it is the job of the group of people. If we working in a different group of research, then probably we are having or we would get the more benefits of the sharing the knowledge, enhancing our new topic or enhancing our new views about that. After sharing this knowledge, we are again for the experimental analysis, we have to wait for the instruments that our turn has to come to share that instrument. In that situation or in that particular process, we build the patience in ourselves, and likewise, we enhance the reading, writing, and speaking ability while dealing with the different research group that which may exist in our university, our college, our state, nation, or maybe in other nation, because research is the wide area of the development. Then again, third next parameter would be the power of the decision making. So being in the group, being a group member or being a group leader, research, we need to conduct the research meeting or we need to attend the or convene the research meeting, being a leader. So in that way, we have to summarize what discussion we had and we have to conclude that discussion as per our point of view. So again, we need to go for the different conferences. So whenever our group or our particular scientific community represent the some paper or some topic, so in that way we have to give the summarization, and that way we have to give the particular decision that the wide and scientific decision ability we develop in ourselves while dealing with the research problem. So next is the major important thing is the problem solving attitude. So while we are getting this examination, so or we are indulging ourselves in a bookish knowledge for passing those papers, so we never think in output mode. We always present ourselves in an input mode. We never address the issues in a different way. The issues may be the social or scientific. So our perspective has been changed. We always think that issues in a problem perspective. We are become a solution provider instead of our predecessor. So now we develop ourselves in a critical thinking. We are always in a, we introduce ourselves as an output mode. So we develop the personality skills in ourselves, then we become a contributor, not a predecessor. We having the build in the attitude of the solution. So that is the major aspects we indulge ourselves while dealing with the research problem. Now, how it would be the give the benefits to the scientific community. So increase the knowledge of the researcher while dealing with the while occupying with the research problem or research phenomena. So it is again give the knowledge to the scientific community for the beneficial of the improvement of the living standards. For example, we are using the different gadgets, different systems. These all are nothing but the part of our research. So the research made the contribution in the health and medicine in the medical field, as we know or we are familiar with this the today's situation, that is the outbreak of the COVID-19. So how that vaccine would give the benefits to us, that that vaccine would give the benefits to us, and that would be the great research if we consider about the medical field. Then the second thing is the important parameter, the reticulate the wrong belief of the people. We have to be think in proper way. Research provide the knowledge base and research based solution. Whatever the superstition in particular in our Indian country, whatever the superstition we carry in our mind, we have to reticulate this wrong belief on the basis of the scientific study. So we have to authenticate, we give the solution which is authenticate, reliable and applicable. So now if we made our research in a collaborative manner, then what are the benefits we could get? The first is the large project experience, we could explore ourselves. Then access to knowledge, sharing the expertise. Again, we would get the funding leverage. Then science in the diplomacy, then higher global profile we would incorporate, then the creation of the new networks. Okay, so I conclude my thought with all about just the introductory part of the research, because research itself, it is a vast area itself. It gives the huge scope, and of course, there will be the different types, different parameters which are consisting while doing the research, which are quantitative, qualitative, and different. But for understanding what is meant by the research, so I'm sharing this view and I'm concluding with the end of this note that everyone has to be think critically to every problem. So we would definitely reach to the probable solution. So thank you, sir. So if you have any doubts or any questions, so you can encounter those questions on me. Research, someone is asked that the research methodology is something different. Yes, research methodology is something different because research methodology is whole or itself having the different parameter consist of the different methods that we need to follow. Here I am giving the just a crisp idea, or that the person would be able to understand what methods or what is the methodology difference between this. So in the scientific way, we would say these are the some mixed methods we are proceeding, that is the quantitative, qualitative methods of the research. And it is a, of course, it is a huge area. If we consider the research methodology, this is a different unit or different subject, we could talk about this. But in a short time of period, I managed to give just a small introduction about the methodology. Then next is the scientific process of collecting and analysis data leading to draw inferences based on study. Yes, of course. These are the scientific process that we need to require while dealing with the research. Benefit of research is again something different. Yes, benefit of the research in the scientific community. I'm right now I'm just incorporate with the a different parameter to understand some basic fundamentals of research. I'm give a simple overview and basic fundamental of research, because research methodology is the wide area and there would be the wide advantage, and globally it would be the accepted a different advantage. So here I introduce a small part of the research method and methodology, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Because to understand a simple person in a simple language, so that's I not give that much of detail. So just I provide the some crisp knowledge. What is exactly research means, why we go for the research. That is the main motto.
Great. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Exactly, this is very much valuable for the students, those who are attending this conference. And also, these videos will be available and it will be uploaded in our GRC of the channel. So anybody can watch anytime.
Okay. That's good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable suggestion. Definitely, we will look forward this. Dr. Kulkarni, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Listening.
Iyer, sir.